was not asking you.
Remember which South African soapie featured Chris Brown? Or which local cartoons openly opposed apartheid? Now, try to name like 7 classic TV shows in South Africa. Can you? Actually, we'll give you 19 of them. We're starting it off fresh, like early Y2K's fresh. It's 5 p.m. on a Wednesday, and you hear this on the TV. Dragon Ball Z on SABC was the gateway for weebs in South Africa. But believe it or not, DBZ wasn't the first anime broadcast on South African television. Keep watching till the end to find out what it was. Another 2000s fave was Zola 7's show.
Hey Tada, this is Zola, 100% purebred in South Africa.
The weekly episodes showed the musician responding to a local plea for help. They wrote to him, he got involved, and by the end of the episode, magic happened. And a dream came true for that lucky fan. Remember that episode where Zola's team helped to get wheelchairs, crutches, and other equipment for disabled people in poor communities? Be honest, did you ever write a letter to Zola? Share with us in the comments. Rewind to the year 2000, the year that Seven Delan aired on our televisions. Even if Afrikaans soapies weren't your thing, Seven Delan was everywhere. Let's give the credit where it's due. Seven Delan helped a lot of us to pass Afrikaans in school, and after 23 years of airtime, fans said goodbye to their favorite characters. The final episode aired on the 26th of December 2023. Talk about a legacy. And while the grown-ups were invested in the drama, children had a dedicated show too. Ah yes, the days of Neno, Kami, Moshe, and Zuzu. Any kids in the early 2000s loved this show. Then, social media advanced and people started telling us that Neno's name was actually Elmo. Wild. Oh, yeah, and before SpongeBob became woke, Elmo was singing Zulu songs about friendship. Don't you just love South Africa? We're gonna get a bit serious now. But you gotta understand that South Africa was undergoing a whole political change in the mid to late 90s. Narratives changed, and for the first time, South Africans were free from apartheid. So, to address the changing nation, shows like Yizo Yizo came into circulation. It was a story about students and teachers at a troubled high school trying to put their education first. Yizo Yizo tried to educate teens from underprivileged backgrounds about topics like violence, corruption, and sexual health. And just before that, Mzansi got its drama fix with Isidingo.
I have a couple of million and I want to invest them in legitimate businesses.
Isidingo gave Mzansi a taste of the Lux life, with stories that followed hot and successful South Africans. The show was so popular that it only ended after 22 seasons. That's where it girls like Khomotso Christopher stole our hearts. By the way, have you watched our video about her Lux life? Moving on, in stark contrast to Isidingo, our 1994 filmmakers were focused on sharing the plight of township citizens. Soul City shared these experiences and challenges on the tellies. It weaved together health issues, social questions, and personal stories. The series ran until 2015 and, in all those years, educated its audience about what lower-class South Africans deal with post-apartheid. Remember the first season? One of the stories was about a guy who lost his friend in a mining accident. Talk about powerful storytelling. Can you guess this next show from the intro? Got that right, it's Generations. This was the show that put Connie Ferguson on the map, but there were many other reasons to love this series too. So much so that when it ended in 2014, fans went wild. Eventually, the producers gave in and started the reboot, Generations: The Legacy. The series is mad popular because of its ability to give hope to a new South Africa. Post-apartheid citizens have more chances to succeed and make a name for themselves, and Generations encompasses that whole dream. By the way, did you know that Chris Brown featured in an episode back in 2007? Cool, huh? Next up on our list is Egoli. The English and Afrikaans soapie first aired in 1992. It followed the lives of people living in Jersey. From the first episode, it was an addictive drama. The show was so popular that years after it ended, DSTV added it to Showmax. Now, a new generation can enjoy Egoli, Place of Gold. Reviews commend its incredible writing and nail-biting plots. The same year of Egoli, Kidio was broadcast on South African channels. Here's an interesting fact for you. Kidio sparked a new generation of media. It told kids there was nothing wrong with mingling outside of our race groups. Oh, and let's not forget that Timothy Treadle is a straight-up vibe.
Oh, woe, I have no ideas. Oh, woe is me.
And before Kidio, 90s kids got the entertainment dosage from KTV. Remember that? Gosh, who didn't want to be a KTV presenter? Those kids just seemed too cool for school. It was here that stars like Pabi Moloi found their sparkle. And so began the reign of presenters and TV hosts in our beloved country. Speaking of famous presenters, remember this bra.
Goeienaand en welkom by vanaand se aflewering van Noot vir Noot, ons orkes.
Johan Stemmert had families around the country glued to their screens with Noot vir Noot. Even if you didn't know all the songs, this show was just too vibey. Now, let's go back to an Mzansi classic. Orkney Snorkney was an Afrikaans sitcom about a town where there's always something crazy happening. The first episode premiered in 1989. The show was broadcast by the SABC until 1992. For those who understood Afrikaans, this was a comedy classic. Show of hands, whose Afrikaans teacher played Orkney Snorkney VCRs in class? Now, this show wasn't made in South Africa, but we all know it. Is it just us, or was this show always playing on SABC3? Gosh, if we have R1 for every time Brooke had some drama. For the final few on our list, let's throw it back to Cartoon Sundays. Here's a quick fact. By the early 80s, animation hadn't hit Mzansi shores. So, when it came to local kids shows, the next best thing was puppets. Ah yes, who could forget prim and proper Miss Mina Moo?
Ek sê altyd, doen jou ding en hier doen ons die wonderlikste dinge.
Mina Moo taught her audience about hard work, determination, and dedication. She also taught us to keep trying when others want to see us fail. And when it came to English viewing, Pumpkin Patch was the one.
Cousin Speckles, do you have any songs to write today?
No, I don't, Freckles. Why do you ask?
How would you like to do something different for a change?
Like what?
This was the OG Sesame Street for Mzansi millennials. It ran from 1988 until 1991. Many say the show defied apartheid and the homophobia of South Africa in the 80s. If you watched Pumpkin Patch, who was your favorite character? Share with us in the comments. Moving back to the Afrikaans shows, we have Vili Vali. This was another puppet show for the kids that had educational messages. Vili Vali addressed topics like being too scared to go to school. The strong focus on animal characters was a creative way for children to interact more with nature. What a classic! And then there's Liva Haxi.
Wie klop so, eh?
Liva Haxi was a witch who wasn't very bright. Her stories would always take wild twists and turns. And through them all, Haxi kept us laughing. We could also argue that Liva Haxi was the start for us supernatural-loving geeks. We saved the best for last. Remember Heidi?
Heidi, Heidi.
She's a little girl who goes to live with her grandpa in the mountains. Heidi is a fun-loving, heartwarming story of family and friendship, and it was probably the first anime that all South Africans have ever watched. The anime was a massive success in European countries. Eventually, the Japanese story was dubbed into many languages, Afrikaans included. Which of these shows was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya!